Think space is just silent emptiness? Think again. What if I told you that our solar system is basically a giant perfume shop, but not the pleasant kind? Jupiter reeks like the world's worst bathroom, while some distant planets smell exactly like your favorite dessert. Astronauts have been coming back from spacewalks talking about mysterious metallic odors that cling to their equipment. Today we're taking a cosmic smell test that'll completely change how you imagine our universe. Trust me, you've never heard anything like this before. And here's something that'll blow your mind. Technically, you can't smell anything in the vacuum of space because there's no air to carry scent molecules to your nose. But here's where it gets fascinating. Space isn't actually empty. And the chemistry happening throughout our universe creates the same molecules that trigger our sense of smell here on Earth. Think about how smell works for a second. When you catch a whiff of fresh coffee or detect something burning, tiny molecules are literally entering your nose and binding to specialized receptors. These receptors send signals to your brain, which interprets them as specific scents. It's basically molecular messaging, and it's been happening since the earliest life forms needed to detect food or danger billions of years ago. Now, space is absolutely loaded with these same types of molecules. Stars are constantly cooking up complex chemical compounds. Planets have atmospheric compositions full of familiar substances, and cosmic dust clouds are essentially floating chemistry labs, mixing elements together. When scientists analyze light passing through these cosmic environments, they can identify exactly which molecules are present, the same ones that would trigger specific smells if we could somehow encounter them safely. So while you obviously can't take off your helmet and take a deep breath in space, the chemical signatures detected by our telescopes and brought back by space missions tell us exactly what different parts of our universe would smell like. It's like having a cosmic nose that works across impossible distances. Real astronauts have been reporting something absolutely bizarre for decades, and it's not what you'd expect. When they complete spacewalks and return to their spacecraft, there's this distinctive smell that clings to their equipment, and every single astronaut describes it similarly. They talk about metallic odors, like walking past a welding shop, or the sharp scent of hot metal and electrical components. Here's what makes this truly mysterious. They're smelling something that shouldn't exist. Space is a vacuum, remember? So where are these odor molecules coming from? The leading theory is absolutely wild. At the altitude where space stations orbit, there's still an incredibly thin atmosphere, so thin it's basically nothing. But not quite nothing. This residual atmosphere contains atomic oxygen, which is just single oxygen atoms floating around. These lone oxygen atoms are incredibly reactive, and they apparently stick to astronaut spacesuits and tools during spacewalks. When the astronauts bring their equipment back inside the pressurized cabin, these oxygen atoms combine with the normal oxygen in the air, creating ozone. That sharp metallic smell they're detecting might actually be ozone, the same molecule you can smell after thunderstorms here on Earth. But here's the really crazy part. Some scientists think astronauts might actually be smelling the remnants of dying stars. When stars explode, they create complex molecules called polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons that float throughout space. These molecules smell like burning plastic or hot asphalt, and they could be coating spacecraft during missions. Let's take a tour of the absolute worst-smelling destinations in our solar system, starting with Jupiter, which scientists describe as nature's ultimate stink bomb. Picture this. You're approaching the largest planet in our solar system, and initially, you might be fooled by the sweet, almost marzipan-like scent from its outer clouds. But that's just the beginning of your olfactory nightmare. Jupiter's atmosphere is layered like a horrific perfume cake. The top layer smells exactly like cat urine because it's made of ammonia ice. As you descend deeper, you encounter ammonium sulfide. Imagine the worst rotten egg smell you've ever experienced, then multiply it by 1,000. Scientists literally describe this combination as made in hell, because it's ammonia and sulfur compounds working together to create the most putrid stench imaginable. But wait, it gets worse. Deeper still, you'd encounter Jupiter's famous colorful bands, which contain phosphorus compounds that add a sharp garlic note to this already unbearable mixture. There are also organic molecules similar to gasoline, giving the whole experience an oily, petroleum-like undertone. Meanwhile, Saturn's moon Titan would assault your senses with a completely different but equally unpleasant combination: sweet almonds mixed with gasoline and rotting fish. And there's an exoplanet called HD 189733b, about 64 light-years away, that would greet visitors with pure hydrogen sulfide, essentially the concentrated essence of rotten eggs, so intense it would be overwhelming from millions of miles away. Now, not everything in space smells like a cosmic nightmare. Some locations would actually be surprisingly pleasant, though the reality is more complex than you might think. You've probably heard that the center of the Milky Way smells like raspberries, and while there's some truth to this, the story is way more interesting than most people realize. The raspberry galaxy claim comes from a molecule called ethyl formate, which has been detected in massive quantities near our galaxy's center. But here's the thing, if you isolated this molecule and smelled it by itself, it wouldn't smell like raspberries at all. It's more like nail polish remover mixed with rum. The raspberry connection comes from the fact that ethyl formate is one of many molecules that contribute to raspberry flavor, not smell, and it's also found in other fruits entirely. The real cosmic sweet spots are the interstellar dust clouds spinning through our galaxy's spiral arms. These massive clouds contain an incredible mixture of molecules that would create scents ranging from vanilla ice cream. Imagine the world's strangest dessert shop floating in space. There's also Sagittarius B, too, a giant molecular cloud near our galaxy's center, which contains ethanol, methanol, and other organic compounds. It would smell like a combination of alcohol, acetone, and antifreeze. Not exactly pleasant, but certainly unique. These cosmic chemistry labs are constantly creating the building blocks of life, mixing familiar Earth scents in completely alien proportions throughout the universe. Here's where space smells get absolutely mind-blowing. Scientists are literally using cosmic scents as clues to find alien life, and they might have already found something incredible. The James Webb Space Telescope has been acting like a cosmic bloodhound, detecting specific molecules in the atmospheres of distant planets that could only exist if life is present. The star of this olfactory detective story is an exoplanet called K218b, located about 120 light-years from Earth. Scientists have detected what they believe are traces of dimethyl sulfide and dimethyl disulfide, molecules that, as far as we know, are only produced by living organisms. On Earth, these compounds are created by marine life like phytoplankton and give oceans their distinctive smell. What makes this discovery absolutely staggering is the concentration. K218b's atmosphere contains these life signature molecules at levels 10,000 times higher than Earth's atmosphere. If you could somehow visit this planet and remove your spacesuit near its hypothetical oceans, you'd be hit with an overwhelming smell of rotten cabbage mixed with sea air, the scent of an alien ocean potentially teeming with life. This technique of smelling for life is revolutionizing how we search for extraterrestrial organisms. Instead of looking for radio signals or visible structures, we're detecting the chemical fingerprints that life leaves behind. Every living thing produces waste gases and metabolic byproducts, and these molecules create distinctive scent signatures that we can identify across impossible distances using advanced spectroscopy. Which of these space scents shocked you the most? Drop a comment below. I'm genuinely curious if you'd rather visit raspberry-scented galaxy centers or avoid Jupiter's ammonia nightmare at all costs. If you're hungry for more mind-bending space discoveries that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about our universe, smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell.